Video. Yeah, so just a real quick announcement. My video card appears to be burning up again. Or, I don't know. I mean, I turn a fan on, I cool the house down to like 75 degrees, and then my video card gets fucked up. That makes a lot of sense. So anyway, but I guess it does. Didn't like the temperature change. Whatever. Fuck it. So anyway, I might, if I stopped making videos, I didn't die, my video card died. Probably. 99.8% probable. But anyway, alright, so kind of a response video. I guess I'll make this partly a response to the helicopter guy. I'll leave a link. I like this guy. He's going to be ex-military soon. And yeah, he's smart and he's got an attitude. I like his attitude. Do whatever you want, but don't do it in my face or I'll beat your fucking, I like that attitude. But anyway, where am I? Yeah, Modern Mystic. Alright, in his last video, blah blah blah, economy gets real, we gotta face the facts, blah 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 blah. And then he throws in something like, well, I can't explain why tariffs won't work and why you can't be a self-sufficient country. I just feel it. I mean, what is that shit? I mean, from the Modern Mystic? Come on, Nick. Damn, I'm gonna argue with your feeling? Well, I feel the opposite. Isn't that amazing? I feel exactly the opposite. So let's argue each other's feelings. I think your feeling is I think it's the wrong shape. I think its density is too much salt in your feeling. Yeah. So if you get the salt out, your feeling will be the way it should be. I mean, come on. Let's not argue feelings. And look, so he's basically suggesting that we have to compete with the Chinese. We have to compete with desperation around the world. We have to go back to slavery. That's all he's arguing for, realistically. Because that's sort of what we recreated in the world. The world overpopulated, a huge surplus in labor. Huge populations of human beings have become slaves again. I mean, not directly owned, but just about the same thing. They're owned by a corporation. And, it's the same deal. They're working themselves to death, so that's all that matters. They have no life. That's all that matters. So it is slavery. And yes, we should voluntarily say, yes, I'm in. I want some of that too. And we should do it. Just because, realistically, what we can do is we can allow the giant slug parasite to live in, like, the United States, the United Kingdom, that'll feed off of all that desperation. And then we can be like little parasites on the big giant parasite. So it's kind of like, we can be Dracula's handmaiden, and any little blood that's left over, where Dracula spills some on his suit or something, we can suck that blood off of Dracula and live a little bit better life because we at least get some blood too, It's just disgusting. We don't need to create this whole idea. Like I said, Nick just can't get it out of his head that we don't need these rich giant parasites, that somehow human beings cannot run a business unless somebody owns the business. And it's just such a crock of shit. Human beings right now are running businesses for the rich. I mean, and you can have exactly the same people running the business, the same people working in the business, without the rich fucker. You could do it. And there's no reason why it all falls apart merely because you get rid of the owner. I mean, there really isn't. Because the amount of accountability that the owners are applying now is just silly anyway. I mean, they don't even know who to hire. They just hire some guy because he has a name, or he's tied to a family, or he has some connections, and that's all they're doing. So it's just bullshit. Whatever name will make the stock go up. It doesn't matter if the asshole knows what he's doing, So anybody could do better than that. I mean, you could eeny, meeny, miny, mo and pick a better CEO than the average decision that's made by stockholders. So anyway, it's just a bullshit system. This whole fucking parasitical fucking haves and have-not crap. You should have a system that pays people to be productive. Period. And just does it within a reasonable whatever, to get the excesses out of the game. The excess exploitation and the excess rewards. And you have a game. It's not that complicated. So anyway, to the helicopter pilot guy who's, I think, basically asking for more detail on how you would switch to another currency. And I don't think it's that, you don't have to make it complicated. You could just say that, you know, you set up parameters, all right? So like say you say that, yeah, well, if somebody has 50,000 bucks in cash, that's okay. We'll give them new cash for their old cash. And then anything over that, they'll pay a percentage penalty based on not only how much over they have, but how they explain where they got the money. Yeah, so maybe over $50,000, you'd have to start explaining where you got the money. And you would get a percentage based on how good that explanation was. I mean, it's not like you have to assess everything of value in the country. You just assess it when people start asking for some cash as you transition to some different kind of economy. But I mean, ultimately, you want to switch to a public option. Okay, that's a phrase in the vocabulary now that they were talking about with the healthcare system. But the idea is to have like a public option for every vital industry. So yeah, if you want to sell goldfish on your street corner, yeah, we don't need a public option for that. But the big stuff, the insurance, manufacturing, cars, this, that, all the big business crap, yeah, have a public option. Okay, it's a non-for-profit company, like even a search engine, non-for-profit search engine company. All right, that isn't out to fucking screw you and isn't wasting $10 billion a year on advertising crap. You know, we got to take the fucking waste out of the system. I mean, it's got to. You know, there's just too much of it. Too many people making too much money doing too little fucking work. That's the problem. It's not that we're underpaying, I mean, we're overpaying people. It's just we're overpaying them to do the wrong fucking jobs. I mean, we're not paying people who are producing real value. And that's the bullshit. So we've got to encourage people to have jobs, to have something to do, something other than picking people's pockets. And that's all we have now. We have a fucking economy that's just running on marketing. And it's bullshit. It's waste. Preposterous waste. Ugh. So anyway, yeah, it's a transition thing again. The whole point is the fucking rich can't be paid the money they think they're entitled to. They think they are billionaires and there's only a few million to pay them. So that's the equation. So it ain't gonna happen. It has to go bankrupt. So let's just get it done. Let's just move in that direction and get rid of this unsustainable ownership bullshit, because it's not gonna work. It can't be paid, and it shouldn't be paid. Because it's all fuck you money. It's money people didn't earn anyway. I mean, the big giant substance of it is all inherited money. It's just nonsense to think that's valid. So yeah, we're just going to restart the game and have rational rules that nobody gets to start in the race, you know, halfway up the track or 3/4 of the way to the track or all the way across the finish line. That's it. And that's doable. So yeah, we transition. We just make a new currency, and look, the average $3 bill, I mean $2, $1 bill, is in circulation for like 3 years. So we could print new money every 5 years, and it wouldn't be a big deal. Change the money, and oblige people to, you know, submit their old money and get new money back, and that way we can get rid of all these people that they're trying to cheat the system. You know, what we do about how we stop people from hoarding gold or hoarding some other precious metals, and that was a whole nother argument. But yeah, there's going to have to be laws against that and all that kind of crap, and you're going to have to, you know, keep an eye on what people are fucking doing. But it's getting easier and easier to do that in this electronic world. So yeah, that's doable too. So anyway, and look, the point is I don't think there's much point in going into too explicit a detail until people are at least migrating in that, where they at least see that that's the writing on the wall, that this shit's going to have to get done, and then we can start talking about how exactly you do it. But until people, you know, accept the rough sketch, until they can accept the outline, there's no point in filling in all the bullshit. I mean, it's a waste of my time to sit there. Yeah, I should spend the next year detailing a system that'll never see the light of day. What's the fucking point? Dealing with all the little nitpicky stuff that can come up, but I'm just saying it's all dealable with. It all can be dealt with. You can balance the system. I've made the analogy before, but this is no different than engineering a game of any kind, a system, an engine. You know it. You're a mechanic. This is just a mechanical problem, an engineering problem. So something's broken and you don't have the right part. Well, maybe, okay, you take a piece of metal and you bend it and you drill a few holes in it and you make the thing work. I mean, we can make this work. It's not a problem. It's just getting people to understand the concept, get the idea that helicopter can fly. And they just can't accept that concept. So until they can accept helicopter can fly, there's no point in building one. So, yeah, that's a good way to metaphorize it. Didn't set my timer, did I? No, dumb fucker. Well, I think I'm out of time. So anyway, feels like we're out of time. So, till next time, sloppy video, but, we'll see what we can do. See if we can do a little better next time. So anyway, good luck.